Forex Trading, how my friend almost ended his life.
Nice summer, man. Anyways, I was taking a walk and I decided to share a story with us. I want to share a story about a friend of mine who almost committed suicide because of Forex. Yes, Forex trading. So have you ventured into Forex trading before? Have you heard about Forex trading? Do you actually want to go into Forex trading? A lot needs to be learned. You need to know a lot to go into Forex trading. And if you don't know a lot and you're not ready to take risk, don't even try it. So I was actually in university years. I was doing my first degree then. And Mr. Tony is a man who was actually in his 40s or thereabouts. And at a point, I had him tutor me in Forex trading to an extent. Like I said, I was still a student then. But then he shared the story of how he almost committed suicide. And the reason why he shared this story is to, of course, let the students understand what we are throwing our weight into if we want to actually go into Forex. And he said in 2001, the 9/11 attack on the World Trade Center that happened in the US. Of course, you remember the Islamic group, I think either ISIS or whatever group their name was, that attacked the World Trade Center in 2001, 9/11, and they bombed the World Trade Center, and almost 3,000 lives were lost in that incident. So he said that, of course, Mr. Tony was a banker. He was actually working for one of the modern banks in Nigeria over then. And then he was doing pretty well. But then he realized that the bank was trading Forex heavily with our money. Yeah, your money and my money, of course. And the bank was making money off it profitably. So he actually happened to learn much about the whole process. And then he began trading by himself and for himself as he kept on learning. In the process, he was good enough and he was making a lot of money. So he finally resigned from the bank to focus basically on Forex trading. And for the next couple of years, he was making massive income from Forex trading. Of course, he was using all sort of medium to trade, legal medium, of course. He was using robots and all that, and plus his personal skills as well. So he was actually making a lot of money. And then he began to call for investors to invest. So, of course, he pays them profits or dividends or whatever you call it at the end of the month, every month. And a lot of people invested in him. So this man was actually controlling some good sum of money. And back then in 2001, the Naira was, of course, a good currency, even though the Forex trading is being traded with much bigger or much dominant currencies like the pound sterling, the euro, the dollar, and all that. So he was trading with their currency or their money. And then he had, of course, done his trades and placed his trades over the weeks, over the days, and then went on to rest, only for the news of the 9/11 to spring up. So when he heard the news of 9/11 had happened, he went on a couple of minutes later to check his trade. Every trade which he had placed in favor of the USD had crashed, if you understand what I mean. So Forex is not a joke, it's actually a real life thing. If your economy is doing well, of course, it will, of course, rub off on Forex, and you will see it happening. Your currency will be doing very well on the Forex market. So, because the US economy actually collapsed with that attack, every trade he was doing in favor of the USD, which was what he was actually trading, I think dominantly he was trading the USD and Euro dominantly. So the whole money he had vested in Forex, everything vanished overnight. So Mr. Tony said he was actually in a 6-story building house where he was after checking his account. And what was in his mind was to fly or jump down from that 6-story building. That was the only thing he could remember. He just wanted to fly down and kill himself, because this not just his money. He had other people who has invested in the game, in the business. He's paying, he's been paying over the couple of weeks or months or years, and then all of a sudden everything has crumbled. So yeah, he wanted to kill himself. How he was able to get his ass together and ended up not killing himself, only God knows. So that was his experience. Until today, I don't know, it's been long, I cut ties with him. I'm not sure if he's still trading Forex or not, but this was a big experience for him, and of course for me as well. Like, if you are into Forex, anything can happen to you, anything can occur, and if you're not ready for it, don't even go in, because Forex can actually take everything you owe and give you nothing back. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with us today. Forex can actually kill. Yeah, it can. And Forex can actually make a life. In a couple of other videos I'm going to make, I'm actually going to share my own personal experience and what you should be thinking and believing when people tell you they are making billions in Forex and they are trying to lure you into joining. What you should think first before you start trading, if only you will trade. Thank you, and don't forget to share for someone else to learn. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.